We talk a big game about freedom, right? But what if the biggest threat to our freedom isn't some big bad enemy out there? What if it's actually the invisible chains we wrap around ourselves every single day? You know how it goes. It starts the second you wake up, that endless feed. Your thumb just moves on autopilot. Scroll, scroll, scroll. You're consuming, but what are you even looking at? Really? And it doesn't stop, right? It goes right into the night. Just one more episode, you tell yourself, and suddenly it's 3. You're not even enjoying it anymore. You're just consuming. Oh, and then there's the constant checking, that refresh for a new like, a new email. We tell ourselves, oh yeah, I'm in control of this loop, but come on, are we really? And that right there, that's the big paradox we're all living in. We say we want autonomy, we want to be in charge, and yet we just hand ourselves over to these habits, these impulses that promise us a little comfort, but really just take control. They whisper in our ear, you'll be unhappy without me, you'll be lonely. And the scariest part? We believe it. But here's the thing. This isn't some new 21st century problem we invented with smartphones. Nope. The philosopher Seneca was asking this exact same question 2,000 years ago. He looked around and saw that pretty much everyone, even the most powerful people, was enslaved by something. It's a timeless human struggle for sure. See, Seneca's whole point was that slavery isn't always about physical chains. You can be slave to ambition, a slave to money, a slave to your own fear. And in our world, oh yeah, you can be a slave to the likes on your phone or a slave to the outrage machine that is cable news. The master might look different now, but the relationship, it's exactly the same. So, okay, we really need to get this straight. This isn't a battle against some enemy out there. The real fight, it's happening right here, inside us. And look, if you have ever tried to break a bad habit, you know exactly what I'm talking about. That little inner demon can be way more cunning, way more difficult to beat than any enemy you could face in the outside world. Let's actually jump back to 1949 for a minute, because there's this incredible example of this. Let's talk about the brilliant physicist Richard Feynman. So one day, he feels this little pull to have a drink. It wasn't even a craving, really. He described it as something more subtle, a disconcerting desire. And in that moment, he realized something had a hook in him. And he decided right then and there that nothing should have that kind of power over him. So, boom, he quit. What was so genius about what Feynman did was that he recognized that very first pull. He wanted to stop before he got to that all-too-familiar, painful place of broken promises. Before he found himself swearing never again for something he just swore he'd quit the time before. He acted before that desire had a chance to become his master. And Feynman's action, it points to this really powerful virtue. It's a type of freedom we just don't talk about enough. This is it, right here. It's the freedom to abstain. It's that instinctive gut reaction against anything that tries to master you. Because think about it, if you can't say no, whether it's to a drink, to your phone, or just some random impulse, then you're not actually free. True self-mastery isn't about all the things you can do. It's about what you can choose not to do. Okay, this is a really critical distinction to make. We get so hung up on the substance itself, right? Is soda bad? Is social media evil? But honestly, that's the wrong question. The real question is about the dependency. It's, are you in charge? The enemy isn't the soda or the app. The enemy is the need for it. So you have to understand what we're really quitting here isn't just the habit itself. We're quitting the dependency. We're quitting the need. It's what Buddhists call tanya, that deep thirst, that gnawing craving. That is the true source of our chains. Now, for anyone out there thinking, yeah, right, this is impossible, let's go back to 1949 one more time. Let's look at our second example. A man who understood the power of an order better than just about anyone. I mean, just think about the scale of this for a second. We're talking about Dwight D. Eisenhower, the Supreme Allied Commander, the guy who organized the D-Day invasion at Normandy. He beat the Nazis, one of the most evil regimes in history. He had literally conquered armies and entire nations. But in 1949, he faced his final, and maybe toughest, campaign. And his enemy? It was a 38-year habit. We're talking 4 packs of cigarettes a day, an addiction that was with him through 2 world wars. Think about that. 38 years of being dependent on something. So what did he do? He gave himself an order, that's it. No weaning off, no patches, none of that. Just a simple, powerful command. His logic was, the only way to stop is to stop. And he did. He quit cold turkey and never touched a cigarette again. Now that is willpower. And for Eisenhower, this wasn't just about his personal health. He saw self-mastery as his duty. By mastering his own body, he proved to himself and to the world that he had the discipline to lead. And that personal victory, it's what allowed him to serve 2 full terms as president during a really tense and critical time in world history. To look, the stories of Feynman and Eisenhower, they aren't just dusty old history lessons. They're a mirror, and they force us to ask a very direct, very personal question. So here's a simple little test for you. Think about whatever your habit is, and ask yourself this. If it was a brand new product, invented today, and you knew all the costs up front, would you sign up for it? Knowing exactly how much time it would take, would you still download that app? Knowing all the consequences, would you take that first drink? And this is the hard truth, isn't it? We tell ourselves these things are just coping mechanisms. They help us take the edge off a hard day. And hey, maybe they do, for a while. But eventually, they stop taking the edge off of life and start dulling our edge, our sharpness, our potential. So, what is it for you? And be honest with yourself. Is it an app? Is it a bottle? Is it your own ego? Is it a craving that you just can't seem to ignore? Is it that device that basically feels like it's attached to your hand? The very first step, just like Seneca said, is to just see it. You have to name your master. Just because you started something doesn't mean you have to continue it. Eisenhower was 58 years old when he quit a habit he'd had for nearly 40 years. Your history with it doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is the choice you make right now. So give yourself the order. Today is the day to stop.